Welcome to Cook with Cabela's. I'm here with Ben Fleischacker. Ben's a retail product trainer for Cabela's, and he brought us some perch today. Now, you got the guts out of these perch, but we're going to cook them up on the grill. Is that correct?
That is correct. What we're going to be doing is we're actually going to show you guys how to fillet this up. We're going to put them in some foil. We're actually going to do a campfire fish.
Now, you can do this fish. We're going to do it on the grill here, but you can do this fish anywhere. I could do it at home. I could do it over a campfire.
Yep.
Man, I'm looking forward to this. Let's get one of these cut open then.
All right, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, let's see. Let's start with this nice fat one there. I'm going to pass it over to you. You got the fillet knife. You caught them, you clean them. Is that right?
Yeah, that's how it goes. At least that's how it's raised.
That's right.
And if you're really small, you're already cleaning everything anyway. So one thing I want to point out real quick is making sure you have the proper equipment to do this. A good cutting board as well as a very sharp knife. Now a fillet knife is nice because it's got some bend to it. And that's one thing we really want to pay attention to when we're cleaning the fish, because when you go down, you're actually going down in the spine, we're going to actually cut down. And so you want that flex in that knife. This is a Cabela's Alaskan Guide Series knife. It's a very high quality knife.
Yeah, that knife's super sharp, so be careful.
Yes, sir. Okay, so one thing we're going to show first is an easy way to grab the fish is grabbing underneath the gill. So that way you got your finger out of the way, just kind of put your finger through the mouth like that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut right back behind the head. We're going to cut down until we feel the backbone, and we're going to turn the knife and flex it and cut down the spine.
So you're going to cut right through those rib bones, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right.
So just go ahead and do one here. All right, so now we've got it cut down through. You're going to turn the knife. You're going to cut down the spine. You're going to hear the ribs go.
Yeah, you can hear those ribs pop. But you're going to pull those ribs out, and this is the next step. Is that correct?
That's the next step.
All right.
So one way we've got here, now there's many different ways to actually clean a fish. The way I'm going to show you is one of the quick ways. I learned this up on the East Coast, and so you leave the skin still attached to the fish.
That's right. That way you don't have to try to pinch down that fish, or that fille's not going to slide around. That gives you a little better grab.
Absolutely. You're not digging your fingernail in there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this, grab the edge, and you cut down to the skin. And see that, I don't know if you can see that flex in the knife right now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that knife's got about the perfect amount of flex for a fillet knife.
That's right. So you're just going to keep on cutting down. You're going to cut along that. So when you turn it over, that's what you have.
Yeah, nice little fillet.
Yes, sir. And so you've got the skin back here. Now we're going to go ahead and flip her back over. We're going to cut the other side again. Put your finger in the gill plate underneath it. Put that little pectoral fin away.
And I like how you're angling up there, because, man, there's a lot of good meat still right up here, usually right above the gills. A lot of guys will just do a straight cross cut, and you're losing a good ½ inch of meat on a fish like this. On a bigger fish, you're using a full inch of meat. So, I mean, there's still some good meat up in there. So I like how you're doing that angled cut.
Yep, get that meat right up next to that head. It's really good meat. So again, we're going to turn the knife, hit that spine. We're just going to keep on cutting down. Get down to the edge. Go ahead and flip her over. Again, leave her attached. Take this. Just get right back in there again. So there we go.
All right.
Now you're going to see we've got a little bit of extra skin. It's very simple, easy to get. On these spines, and it's good it's going to show on this video, and everything is perfect, but there's some little spines back there, some little bones. So what you do is you just kind of cut up.
Yep. You can feel those bones with the edge of your knife, and then you can turn right where to cut off the top of that fin.
So now we've got it.
Great, those are a couple
clean.
Great looking fillets. We're going to go ahead and whip the rest of these out, and then we're going to get working on some campfire fish.
Yes, sir.
All right. Why don't you hand me a fillet knife, and I'll get to work. I think it's the bottom left. Perfect.
Here we go.
All right.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Now cutting the spines out too, the rib cage. One way to do it is you just cut right down here along the lateral line. Like that, around the bones. And you just kind of angle that knife in, like that. So you still have some rib cage meat, but here you go, here's your boneless fillet.
Boneless fillet, that's perfect. All right, Ben, we've got our fish filleted, and what's our next step?
Well, the next step what we're going to do is we actually need to take some foil.
Okay.
And it's very important about the foil. We want to make sure it's heavy duty. It's not the real light foil. With the grill, or if you're even on a campfire, those campfires can be pretty hot, and so we don't want to burn right through it.
All right,
well,
this is for the grill, so
we're good to go.
So how big a chunk? About like so?
Yep, that'd be great.
All right. Got that cut off. I'll hold that down, and I'll let you build it from there.
Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the fish, we're going to go ahead and put it on the foil itself, and then we're going to kind of go through these different ingredients that we're going to have on here. So we're just going to kind of spread them out like so.
So just laying out your fillets there.
Yep, laying out so that way we can get an even coating on the seasoning we're going to put on them.
Gotcha.
We don't want to overdo it. Nobody really likes over-seasoned anything. especially when it comes to something a light fish like this perch. Nice light white meat, it's mild flavor.
Exactly. So you don't want to overpower the flavor of the fish with too much seasoning. So be a little judicious out of putting that on. So
absolutely.
All right. So we got half a dozen perch right there already.
Yes, sir.
Right there on there.
We've got the perch on there. And so one thing you're going to notice on here as well, we've got lemon.
Yep.
One thing I really enjoy doing cooking with fish is a citrus style. And so you're going to have, we've got orange juice out here. We've got this excellent seasoning. Actually, it's from Cabela's. It's called tequila lime. It's very good. It's something that you can work on anything from a saltwater fish. If you're catching tuna or catching a bluefish, it's something you can use on that. It kind of takes away some of that gamey fish taste, that overpowering the dark meat.
Or like on a real bigger fish.
Exactly.
So,
So citrus can go with anything with the fish. So that's one very nice thing about it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of this seasoning.
All right, I'll let you load that up.
Thank you, sir. We're just going to sprinkle the top part of it.
Okay.
Maybe. With the wind. Gotta love wind. So we're not going to go too heavy on it.
Okay.
And now what we're going to do, if you don't want mine, go ahead and put some lemon on
there.
All
right, we'll just kind of lay them across like that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so got some lemon up on there.
Very good.
Perfect.
Next, we got some chives.
Nice chives. Nice, good color. Plus, you get a little bit of flavor from them.
Absolutely.
So that's right.
And one of the ideas, too, kind of going back to the beginning of this recipe, is we want to make sure it's easy for everybody to use. So it's something you can use on the campsite. Now, not anywhere you go can you go find wild chives or wild onions. We understand that.
Yep.
But one thing is nice is a lemon.
Yeah. Always, I always throw a lemon or lime in my cooler when I'm going camping, just for drinks sometimes, or even, it's so good on fish.
Yep.
Like you said, you might not have chives, but you might have an onion or something. So feel free to play around with this recipe. You don't have to do it exactly.
Absolutely.
So, all right, and our next step is?
We're going to put some butter on it.
All right, perfect.
So I'm going to cut up a butter. Anywhere from 1 to 3 tablespoons, depends on how health conscious you are. Now, obviously, if you're...
I like flavor, so...
I love flavor.
Let's load it up.
I'm all about the flavor.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 nice little slices here.
All right.
So with these slices, depending on the size of fish you have, will depend on how much butter you're going to put on.
Obviously,
now, one thing we want to be careful about is you don't want to make it so it's just a soup, if that makes sense. So we're actually going to kind of demonstrate that to you as we're cooking it.
Yeah, that butter's going to melt a lot. So exactly, you're not trying to make a fish soup in this tinfoil. You're just trying to let it, that butter is going to cook it in there, flavor it, and it's going to steam it.
Yes, sir.
So it looks like we're going with about 3 tablespoons, it looks like.
Yep, we'll just go ahead and go with 3 right here.
So, and then final ingredient before we close it up is the orange juice, is that correct?
That's correct. And now before we put the orange juice in or any type of liquid, obviously if you see the table right here, it's going to just run everywhere.
Yep.
Now we don't want to do that, so we're going to take and we're just going to kind of fold up these edges.
All right.
Kind of like this.
Almost making a little boat out of it.
That's right. So that way we can keep all the good stuff in.
All right, so now you don't want to put a lot, like we said, we're not making a soup, we're just making some steamed fish, so you just want a little bit of orange juice, right? Just for the flavor more than anything. So I'm just going to try to splash a little on here. About like that, you think?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Looks good to me.
All right, looks good. All right.
So now that we've got this, now the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to fold it up and kind of seal it in. So that way we don't lose all the moisture.
Okay, that's great.
Like you said earlier, we want to kind of get that steam in there.
That's right.
Get all that flavor
that heat, it's melting that butter, it's getting that orange juice and all that liquid to steam up a little bit. So you're kind of almost poaching it in foil is what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
All right, so.
We'll go ahead and get her folded up.
All right, I'll let you fold that up a little bit. I might have made the tin foil a little small. No, I think we're all right on these perch, aren't we?
We'll be good. We'll be good.
Perfect. Basically just creating a nice pouch in there. You notice how he's folding it up real tight. He's going to fold this probably double or to crimp that top down a little bit because you don't want that steam to escape. You want it to stay in there and flavor that fish and cook it up real well.
That is correct.
We've had our grill on here. We've got it on low. We're running a little over 400 degrees, it looks like, so it's not going to take a real long time to cook. If I'm doing this on a campfire, do I just throw this right in the flames or do I put it on a grill over the top? What's the best way with a campfire?
If you can, if possible, go ahead and put it on a steel crate. Kind of like a grilling, nice little grilling grate you've got. What you can do with that is you can kind of adjust the height of it, which is nice. If not, you've got rocks. You can actually put it on the coals, depending on the style of aluminum foil you have. Again, you don't want to burn right through it.
And you probably don't want to cook this right over the flames. What I like to do is get those flames built up real good, then rake some hot coals over, put your grate right over those hot coals. So you're cooking over hot coals rather than flame, which is really unpredictable. You get burn spots, you get cold spots. Basically, you'll burn through your foil a lot of time and just burn your fish. So always try to cook over some hot coals, not the flames.
Absolutely.
But today we got the benefit of a nice gas grill, so we're going to go ahead and put it in there.
All right.
I'll let you throw that in there. All right.
There we go.
We're going to shut that down. About how long is this going to take?
Well, depending on the size of fish you have and as well as the quantity of it, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes is give or take. I like something about 7 minutes. Anybody that cooks a lot of fish knows you do not want to overcook your fish.
Yeah, you overcook that fish, it's going to get very dry. Even though we're steaming it with some liquid, it can still really dry out and get tough. These perch are some pretty decent sized perch, but a perch is a panfish, so it's a smaller fish. So these are probably going to take about 5 minutes, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
A little general rule that I like to use is about 10 minutes per inch of thickness of your fillet. So if you have an inch thick fillet, cook it for 10 minutes. These are probably a ½ inch thick on these perch, so I'm thinking 5 minutes. We'll check it after that. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right, perfect. All right, Ben, it's been about 5 minutes, a little bit more. Let's check and see if these fish are ready.
All righty.
All right, we're just gonna have to peel that open a little bit. I'll give you the honors.
Okay, thank you, sir. So again, when we get in here, we're gonna be paying attention to make sure that we don't get burned by steam.
That's right. It's
gonna be hot.
Very hot. Some steam will come out there, so be careful when you're opening this up. And what are we looking for here?
Well, with fish, you want to see if it's going to be peeling or kind of flaking. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah, when that fish is done, it'll start to flake real easily.
Yes, sir.
So, looks like that piece is curled up a little bit.
Yep, it looks good to me.
All right. Man, I can't wait to get my fork in this. Let's get it over here to the table.
All righty.
And have a taste. All right. Nice job
There
getting
we
that
go.
over there.
Drill down.
All right. Let's open that up. I can smell that lemon. Oh, God.
Citrus is great.
It smells so good.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, so here's some Nebraska Sandhill
This is the
perch.
test. It's your perch. I'll let you give you the honors. Try it out.
Sure?
Yeah. I
Cookies last, I thought.
Oh, that is true. All right, I'll
No,
dig
I'm just
in.
kidding.
I'm getting a big old chunk.
Very good. Oh, nice and firm.
It smells so good. Let's get some butter in there. Oh,
We're good. This is excellent fish.
man, that is really good. I think with that tequila seasoning in there, that tequila lime, the lemon, everything in there, a little bit of chive. It's so simple too. I mean, like I said, you can do this anywhere, in your stove, on your backyard grill, or at your campfire. Ben, thanks for joining me today.
You betcha,
This
I appreciate
camper's
it.
fish is the best thing I've had all day. So
Good.
thanks.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, join us next week, man. We'll have another great meal for you on Cook with Cabela's.